am the people.
Power to the people.
That's what I just did, but with my dramatic. Yeah,
That's all.
a
What
hair.
was that? Are you licking your cat?
I had a hair in my mouth for some reason, like a cat hair or a dog
Were,
hair.
Dog hair
were,
more
were
like.
you licking the cats and dogs' hair?
It's
I was.
a bonding thing.
You know how I do that. Yeah. It's very calming. I find it very calming.
As does my dog.
So hello and welcome all to another exciting
Edition.
edition of Fake News Now with AI.
The fakest of
The
the fake.
fakest of the fake. And as we talked last week briefly, I think we have not prepared. But in
AI.
future, and I do have some prepared. I guess it's not quite a lie, but as far as a rant goes, I had really expected that I would have a week to work on a good rant that I was going to bring, and my goal was to try to make it worthwhile for us to have, because I just want me, like I figured we'd all have a shot at ranting, and that I could snip them up and start throwing up some nice short ones instead of this whole big one that just sort of sits there. However, I did not plan my rant or practice one, but if anyone,
I did not either. However,
ooh,
I
maybe,
do have some mental rants that have been running through my head
well, give it a shot.
all
Let's
week.
let's let's do one instead of the talking. Why don't you try a rant first, and then we'll discuss it.
So this week, has been they've been talking about um the Epstein files all week. I find it incredibly ironic. But I actually respect, some of the right-wing people that are sticking with, wanting that released
Oh yeah, sure. And
because this is one of the few times they're like ideologically consistent. They surely know that Trump is on there, and that is exactly why he is not releasing it and why he didn't release it in his first term. Because if we remember, this happened. He was originally arrested in what, 2019?
that's where he died. He died in 2019. Yeah.
Yeah, under Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, clearly he could have released it back then.
Sure.
Instead, he hid it,
Yep.
and he waffled on it, during
He
the
used it. He used
yeah.
it to get fire people up to be like, oh, it's gonna have cleanse in it. Ooh,
All the way
omissions,
up until all the
children
way up
blood.
until it was go time, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
it was like, fuck that shit. No, I'm not gonna release it. I actually don't have that because it
I
doesn't exist. Blah 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 blah. Bullshit. I call 100% bullshit. Christine Ohm, or whatever the fuck her name is, had that shit on her fucking desk. It
Bondi, but yeah, yeah,
Bondi.
Bondi.
Christine Ohm was the DHS one.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's sorry about that. But
That's
like, she had that shit on her fucking desk. She knew that fucking Trump was in it. And that's why it's not fucking coming out. Like, be honest about it. That is the one thing about that Elon Musk said that was true. That fucking Trump is on that list.
I have two things that I find absolutely shocking. The first is that
Mm.
they did not come into this, and if they knew they were going to be, if he was on it and he was going to need to be like, let's hide this, we got to get rid of it, he should have seen that coming. And I'm amazed that when they got into the White House, they didn't just go, oops, the files mysteriously disappeared under Biden's watch, and then forever they could always make them into a boogeyman. But they didn't, right? They
And
messed up, and
here's why.
they went and used it for a promotion where
Yeah, yeah,
they gave
yeah.
it to all the influencers. They didn't even get to the press. They did this whole reveal, and it was all redacted, and it was a big nothing. But they wanted to do that because they saw the fun of making that moment, but they forgot the key part of any writing assignment is, where are you going with this? And
Exactly.
they built it up so much, right? And so now it's amazing to me because I follow so many right-wing people, and they're dropping like flies. They're burning MAGA hats. People are
Yes, yeah.
furious. And here's the other thing before I forget. I am really shocked that Ghislaine Maxwell is still alive.
Me too, really.
I think we're going to hear about, I think she might be falling out a window, visiting Sudan or somewhere soon.
Isn't she still in prison though?
Yes,
Yes.
but yeah, so is he.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
So, we'll see what happens because big Trump accuser, no, I mean, the Epstein accuser, she committed suicide recently, 4 days after she'd announced that she's going to die soon. So, yeah, anywho, or she knew she wasn't going to be around much longer. So, yeah, that's fun. Anywho, that just
Anywho,
wanted to get that out. That is
Don't
really,
forget the metadata.
I'm actually not surprised that he didn't think this through.
well,
Like that is I think that's like his number one
someone
like
didn't think that through.
trait.
I just feel someone didn't think that, but that just to me shows kind of what you're saying. He surrounds himself with idiots, and he's kind of an idiot. So there was no one on the staff going like, "Hey, hey, hey, hold on, you can't do this because then we're gonna have to cough it up eventually. So here's what we're gonna have to do." Like no one thought of that, and now he is backed into a corner, and he doesn't know what to do. I don't think he got up and he said that big long post about how he swore that Obama and Hillary wrote them. Like what? And then he out of nowhere attacks, tries to take Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship away,
I was just
and
reading
then,
about that.
yeah, and then those idiots release the footage where any moron can tell, like, did they not know that you can see when a minute is missing, that they can tell from metadata when
Yeah.
a thing is spliced? But they're old and they don't think about these things and they surround themselves with idiots. So they made like the first mistake of you don't give them anything. Anyway, that's my rant.
So, speaking of Rosie O'Donnell,
Yes.
it appears that as of right now, the courts are going to allow Trump to continue with the policy of like deporting like
Oh yeah,
naturalized citizens
yeah.
and
With
like
with
stripping
Melania,
people,
yeah,
yeah, like who were born in the US.
yep.
And actually this potentially actually could impact us because I was reading a story recently where a gentleman was born in Germany on a military
Oh
base.
yeah, right.
Danny was born in Italy on a military base.
That's so wrong that that doesn't count. It's so wrong that they're
Bullshit.
looking for
Yeah.
that. Because you're on a military base, you're on U.S. property. I'm sorry, you're on
Yeah.
a base.
I
It's
fortunately
horrible.
I think we have everything correct. Like,
Oh, oh, but
or
they get deported to Italy though. Ooh.
I don't
Oh,
I
oh,
mean
it's so bad. Oh
it
no,
would suck
pasta.
because we have so much, money tied up into, Philly and we love
Yeah, I'm
Philly.
just daydreaming. That's all. There are worse
But I
places.
do have
Worse
families
people.
still in Italy,
You
so
think so? And yeah,
I'm
there are
cool.
worse places to be deported to. Let's just agree. It sucks to be deported, but of all the places, Italia.
I'm one of those very lucky people that have friends and family like everywhere.
That's wonderful.
So
I hate everyone, so no one. I have no, no, no,
I
no.
didn't say I like my friends and family.
Oh,
I
okay,
just said that I have them.
it's true.
I don't like my own immediate family sometimes. I'm lying. I love my
I'm
family.
sure you do. So, do you have a rant for us, Steve?
um, I don't know that I do. It might come to me. I hadn't thought about it
It
though.
might come to me.
Yeah, there's usually stuff to get upset about.
There
You're-
it is.
Steve's gonna rant about the trash or the weather.
Oh yeah, the trash was a good one. Yeah, well, it's a shame. No, not a good one because they held out for basically 3%
3%.
a year,
Yeah,
which is pretty
yeah,
much what she was offering, right?
yeah, yeah.
So, like,
I hate people.
I
what is
think they
gained?
were. I think what was going on is they were running up against the clock because she was threatening to go to the court and have the courts issue an injunction, which he'd already won several smaller court battles against them. So it was very likely that she would win that injunction and they would have had to have returned to work anyway. So I think that's kind of the reasoning behind that.
Would that be temporary? Because I thought she won one of the injunctions was for 7 days or something.
I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
like the specifics on what she did win. I haven't read all of
Yeah.
the
Because
court
that would
shit.
be kind of take away your ability to really have any leverage with a strike if you can just issue an injunction and say, no, no, you're critical personnel. You can't do that.
Exactly.
Like it just
Exactly.
seems to me that cuts the legs out from under any kind of union leverage. I'd be curious to know more about it. But yeah, the other thing was somebody had made a good point on one of the Facebook threads I had been reading, and of course, obviously caution about sourcing and all that stuff, but it seemed to make sense on the face of it. Is she was saying, this person, that because these are trash collectors, they're being paid less than, say, a union that makes more money, like, say, the electrical workers, and therefore you had less money in the coffers to hold out on a strike. The longer it went, the harder it was to give people some portion of their money. And her take was that somebody, for instance, like a largely white union, like the electrical workers, they also fund mayoral campaigns in part. So they can basically have a choice in who the mayor actually is,
Yeah.
which is not what you get with the trash collection people because they don't have enough money to buy into a mayoral campaign. So like that kind of, like I said, on the face of it seemed to make sense.
It does make a lot of sense. My my biggest issue isn't even like that she's a piece of shit. My that's not my issue. Like my issue is that she's like hypocritical about being a piece of shit. Like to come out and say, over the weekend, that these are her people and like to lay claim to them, like A is kind of fucking weird. Like,
You mean
and
the union people?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, fuck off. Yeah.
Yeah, in I mean, it's late. It's weird to lay claim to any people like that, and like the way she phrased it, you know. But it's also fucking like that's fucking shitty. Like you fuck these people, like you fucked the city for like a little over a week, and then you want to be like, these are my people. No, bitch, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like you never had been at odds with them. What the hell? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, they had a Sherelle Parker bingo thing online, which I thought was hilarious. And it was like anytime she wears a giant hat to a press conference, a giant baseball hat, or when she basically says, these are the facts, or something, like there was a whole thing, and you could like tag, they held a whole campaign going. It's really funny.
That is funny.
Yeah, I mean, just the way, again, like the fact, the Kensington thing and the Sixers arena thing just showed the true colors
Oh
through,
yeah.
through and
Oh
through.
yeah.
You
So
didn't need any more. It doesn't matter. You can talk about affordable housing. If you get some of that done, that's great. But you were ready to give away fucking major taxes that the city could really use to a bunch
Yeah.
of fucking billionaires because they already bought you. Like, come on now.
And on top of that, we're already like really in hot water with like the Department of Education and apparently the Department of Justice with our school system because of well be, for multiple reasons, for the anti-Semitism in the school system, the asbestos
mm,
that they've failed to inspect for correctly or enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to fucking settle down and like fucking do your job for the city, not for these fucking billionaires. You
Absolutely.
know, you could have fucking ended this trash situation off the rip by just paying people the piddly 5% they were asking for.
shame
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah,
Shame.
and I
Like
mean,
they have like the literal shittiest job in the fucking city.
Literally.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I guess on average across the country, they're probably like $4,000 or $5,000 below what the average amount is.
Yes, yeah, yeah, absolutely. They're the lowest paid city workers in the country.
Yay,
like
we're number one
doing
in
the
the
shittiest
list.
job other than the sewer people that actually do the shitty job. Like
The
what I
sewer
mean,
people.
the sewer people.
I don't know.
It's crazy. These people are fucking crazy. And I'm always so frustrated because I warned people, I often and loudly, during the entire primary process, that this is who she was.
Yeah, right?
Helen, Gim, and Reinhardt, man,
Why?
they couldn't see that was going to happen. Jesus Christ!
By design. It's all
I
by design.
honestly, I would have fucking taken Kim uh
Anyone.
over her.
I would
Like,
say, yeah, or
Oh,
David
yeah,
O.
that's what I
Oh
meant.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry. I don't know why I said Kim. That is super racist of me.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, he seemed to be. I mean, he was at least saying some things you would hardly ever hear from a
he
Republican.
wasn't gonna sell out the
And and
case.
here's the thing about here was the thing about him is he believed what he believed. Like he was genuine in his positions, even the ones that were wrong. And there were many that were wrong, like wholly wrong.
Yeah.
But he genuinely believed it like as a genuine thing. Like everything about Parker was politicking.
It felt like it. Like what is
Not
that?
felt like it,
Remember?
it
Well,
was.
yeah, but I mean, even for someone who didn't know, like you could just figure. Like, isn't that what Roseanne said? She,
Yeah.
who is that horrible woman?
Yeah, as a
Like my sister
politician, you
didn't
think,
know like she was watching like
yeah,
a campaign thing. She's like, "Ew, who is that horrible woman?" And I was like,
yeah, you
"Yeah,
think you'd have a bit more riz, as the kids say, if you're a politician.
sorry."
Yeah. So no,
He's getting all skibbity.
yeah, skibbity
Skibbity.
slacker.
Getting all skibbity.
I don't even know what any of those words mean.
Neither does Steve.
We're just waiting to spring them on a Gen Z just to watch their heads explode.
They hate
Yeah, that then instantly the word will be out of the lexicon if an old.
You would be chuggy at that point.
it. Let him on. Let him on. He's onboarding. Oh,
Onboarding, yeah,
Greg is
yeah. It's
onboarding.
no, but again, that is, I guess, always a consistent source of irritation. Whenever I see her speak,
You see her at
she
all.
comes across as just so
Ugh.
phony and so much in the pocket of big developers and
Absolutely.
billionaires. It's just yeah.
As someone who has spent a lot of energy disliking Cindy Bass, it's it is like it's just another one,
Yeah.
another prototype.
Yeah. And I
Just
will say
right
about though, there was a couple of people we ran across while we were in the NICE program who he hired into his office as like staffers, and he was giving people of color a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, so again, there's like 3 or 4 people I know of who are like, yeah, I'm working in O's office. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, this guy is really, he's really doing some outreach. So I thought that was commendable.
Yeah, yeah, he did great. He would have been all right. He was fine. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are, though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Here we are.
Here we
So
are.
anyway, yeah, the Epstein thing. So we're interested in watching. I mean, of course, I like anything that irritates Trump. We're just wondering where they roll out some bullshit that the base will fall back in line about.
Mhm.
Like
I
Right.
how far could they move the goalpost?
I'm with you, Corey.
Yeah.
What's your instinct say? Speak it.
he's going to do one of two things. He's going to either, put out like some bullshit, like that doesn't really do anything and has nothing to do with the client list, which is the goal for the right wing,
Yeah.
people
Yeah, they
is
want to
they
see
want
the
to see
Tom
the
Hanks.
client list.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
the Tom Hanks.
And I want to see the client list.
Ew, did you know there's a temple on Epstein's Island? And not like a Jewish temple, but like a weird ass eyes wide shut temple and a
I
giant
did not know
sundial.
that.
And a giant sundial.
Really?
Okay, before we interrupt you, because
Wait, I want to see images of this. I want to see
I'll
this.
get you that link, but before we do, it brings up a really fast point that I wanted to make. After I got off our last fake news now with AI, I went to AI and I said after I broke down some shit we talked about, and I was like, hey, before I let AI go, I was like, I know myself that when I'm trying that I'm in an algorithm on YouTube and a lot of my social medias, right? I
Yeah, yeah,
see
of
the same
course.
shit. And I try to branch out and I do my the best I can, but like it's not that easy. So I asked it if what here's my diet and I fed it all the different sites that I generally look at. And I said, where are my blind spots? Where am I missing? And I said, I don't want like Alex Jones or Tucker Carlson, I need fake news, but I want like the Midas touch counterpart on the conserv whatever side that is, whoever's thoughtful. And so it gave me a bunch of these people to follow. And I can link you to them or give them to her, whatever, because it's interesting. There's one guy who's a professor, and he's legit. Like I went and cross looked up how all over, but he's following the war in Ukraine, right?
Hmm.
The one thing that we're not getting on this side, and we are totally not getting some information too. Speaking of the Epstein shit and all you're talking about, anyway. So, which is how we got to. This is how we saw Epstein's Island. Okay, that's how I got here. All right, let me
I
forget.
was wondering the connection here.
That's how I saw the island, and I can get you the link. So what it did was, first guy was this guy on Ukraine, and he broke down. So there's a huge Russian offensive last week, right? This week, you heard
Yes,
about it. Well,
yes.
did you hear that not even 3% made it through?
3%
Russian
of what?
of the offensive.
Oh, surely you want you. I
It
think
got all
I had
blocked by
heard.
Ukraine. Everything
Well,
Ukraine blocked like all of it. And
I
they managed to hit their
Drone factory.
their fact not just a factory, they managed to hit a Siberian oil that plant that supplies factories that were going to be creating more drones. So they've done a
I
massive offensive in Siberia, which is like unheard of.
I had heard that Israel had given them uh like the some parts like for their defensive shield.
Yeah, no, no, no. This was all
Patriot
drones. Yeah,
missiles.
yeah. This was all drones. This is
All
the whole
drones.
point is that they're changing warfare. They're so fast at droning and creating new drones and printing them on printers and stuff. They've got like they were hitting them with like they have video of it. Like shoo, you just see them. It must be so fun that these guys are sitting somewhere, literally making drones fire and shoot out like missiles and shoot out like they fly over like where convoys are going because Russia's fighting like
Mhm.
a World War II war.
Yeah, yeah,
These
yeah.
guys are fighting tech. They're dropping strips like of spear strips that
Like strips.
spike strips. They're doing all kinds of crazy ass shit. So they're doing like amazing shit, and we're not hearing any of it.
Oh no,
And
definitely
that was
not.
to me interesting. And as I from that guy's feed, there were other interesting things I started to see. The more I would watch of the military videos, the more of other things got through. So this one thing got through was a interesting. Now Wired, I am fine with Wired, but this was a really interesting breakdown of the data from somebody used a publicly accessible but very arcane program that allows you to put up like cell phone information and it will
Geofencing certain
yeah,
areas
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
drawing data from
and
it.
it'll
Yeah.
do this and they use this site and then like left it up somehow it was unprotected, so some journalists got a hold of it and then they were able to map things out and be from that they were able to they were showing
For Epstein's Island.
Epstein's
Yeah.
Island
Oh wow.
and where people were coming from and where they went to Hyannisport afterwards and they went to Texas and it was really wild. Europe they can't really see because Europe has privacy laws, but we
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so it was very, very interesting. And that's when they said, okay, you see, there's a whole bunch right here by the sundial, and then over here at the temple. And we're like, what? And you can like see this weird ass look. Like it's a freaky ass island, man. I
That's
can't imagine some
crazy.
girl going
Wide
there.
shut island.
That's why I'd fucking shut like the sundial in the middle. Oh, you don't need a sundial. You never need a sun. That's weird. And he put it all there himself. Like that's why said he was doing a resort, but he tore shit up and didn't listen to any of the environmental stuff. And so he was never allowed to call it a resort because apparently if you're private, you can like tear up your front yard and cement it. But but if you're putting up a property like an apartment building, there's zoning that tells you you need to have this much green
Yeah,
space
yeah.
permeable surface. It doesn't apply to private. So he tore up his fucking island, totally trashed the environment, everything like that. And that that sundial and that temple did not start there. That was his addition. So anyway, that's what I'm learning on these sites and again, they're reputable. They when I research them and see this guy, he's a professor in like South Carolina University, and he blah blah blah. So very interesting. It's
That is interesting and weird.
ProPublica should get a hold of that.
They should. It's weird. Again, I would have trusted ProPublica, but all these weird alternate grassroots like sources that are sharing some shit, and we're for some reason, why do you think we're not hearing about Ukraine as a power? I mean, are we at risk? Are we upset? Or is it because we're feeding Putin because Putin's paying for us? Are we in Putin's pocket?
I think we are really in Putin's pocket. Though, that may be changing. Trump has been very much aggressively anti-Putin for the past few
Yeah.
days.
And
So,
Putin's killing people in his thing, right?
yeah.
All the people died. Well, what if Putin now has shit on his plate because his country is kind of falling apart? Because of that, all this shit's going on. And maybe because of that, Trump's not getting money from him and the trolls aren't helping him out with all the shit that they need to help out. So we're seeing stuff on True Social where people are attacking him and all that other stuff. Maybe that's why they explains this shitty turn of events. Maybe it has to do with Russia no longer being able to concentrate their forces on us with propaganda because they need it there. Because they're closing flights, people aren't able to fly. It's actually affecting like real people living in Moscow the war was never supposed to affect. But now like their airport gets shut down. That's why that guy died because he couldn't fix the airport, so they killed him.
I would actually argue that goes back a little bit further to the bombing in Iran, to us bombing Iran, because Iran is a close partner with Russia and China, as part of like, you're not just part of BRICS,
Yeah.
but like military, like they have their own sort of
Yeah.
pseudo weird NATO-esque,
Mm-hmm.
thing
Sure.
going on.
Sure. I'm not seeing that so much on the new Russian sites and the Ukraine sites, or that Russian guy that's a professor. He's also documenting. There's also a guy in Kiev Post who's also documenting along with they kind of are in the same area, and they're saying apparently there's a real economic crash happening because when you do the math for like all the losses that you're seeing on the battlefield when every time a drone blows up a tank or blows up another drone or whatever for Russia, and it's a lot, like they're sending thousands, and it sounds amazing. We're sending 30, yeah, but only 3% are barely getting through. Is kind of interesting. So all of that, they're adding up like how much money and how much resources they're spending, and how he really is like he's kind of freaking. And the oligarchs are trying to leave because he's nationalizing all their shit. That's why that one guy was arrested on his own jet plane. They barged in because he was going to leave. And they're like, you can't leave, dude. We need your money. So he's calling up his oligarchs and he's nationalizing all their shit. So that to me is like,
That's the
I,
problem with, oligarchy is eventually, that shit comes to roost.
and he's coming for it. And people are freaking out and people are dying because it's probably like you're jumping out the window or I'm gonna shoot you here. Like take your pick, right? I mean, yeah, so that's happening, and so that's what I'm getting from the other sources that
Mm-hmm.
I've been enjoying. Have you been enjoying them too?
For the
The Russian stuff we found.
Oh, of course. No, it's fantastic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that other guy we found through your search, Zion, Zaihan, he's
Yep.
been really good. He talks about like a variety of things.
It's a globalist.
Military is one, talking about how the drone thing is now the next stage, obviously, in warfare, and how, old-fashioned, like things that Russia has invested in are no longer, they're spending like millions on things that can be bought for like hundreds of thousands from the Iranian, Ukrainians, as far as just a drone. Like he's like their top of the line drone is like 1.5 million, and the European Union has entered into a contract with us for F-35 fighters, which cost $100 million per plane.
Oh yeah.
and the top of the line Ukrainian drone is 1.5 million.
Do the math.
So, and they're like, and the next step is drone swarms. So, like, how the fuck are you going to defend against that? You know, like, it's amazing to
Yeah, they
watch
took
the
down a
back and forth
tank.
of it.
26 of them took down a tank. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's
And probably for like pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
super
These-
cheap, super cheap. Yeah, I mean, if they can just pay the Ukrainians, they'll be doing all right.
Yeah.
That's the laboratory. That's the other thing is the minute they roll off the production line, you can go see if they work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it's like real world testing. Yeah, yeah. So no, it's really interesting. The guy even talked about things like agriculture and how in trade deals, agriculture sometimes is used as a political sort of leverage because
Yep.
that affects your ability of your country 10 years down the line. And oh, it's just amazing shit. But anyway, it's good to have people that are, and he's not necessarily a lefty. He's
No,
more like a
he's a
centrist guy,
conservative.
maybe even a little bit to the conservative. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's good to hear those perspectives.
Speaking of trade and trade wars,
certainly.
apparently, let me let me find that again. Where, where's my thingy? Oh, there we go. Um, trying to. Apparently, Trump is putting on a 35% tariff on Canada and another 15 to 20% for other countries. I believe it. I'm not sure if this was the one that was for uh copper or not.
Oh, right. That's crazy too. And his
Uh,
letters that he was sending out.
From
yeah, that was
That
weird.
was so weird.
Super weird. Like,
Thank
number
you for your
one, who
attention
the
to this
fuck
matter.
writes letters?
No, and they post them online, and they said he wasn't even sending them. So he was just having them type up a letter, posting it on his social media, and they're like, "Well, where's the letter?"
Apparently, I guess this is all imports.
Oh
This
yeah,
is a blank. This is a blanket import for
nice.
this one.
for
And
all
then,
countries, just in case
yeah,
you're not aware. Yeah.
yeah. There was, where is that? Doo, doo, doo. Oh, here we go. Threats of a 30% tariff on EU and Mexico.
You?
EU, the
I know. It just sounded
EU.
like you were going,
Ew.
"Ew,
Ew.
They are
like you,
EU.
Mexico," and I was like, "Sorry, that's very nice."
That is not very nice. Starting August 1st. Um, it doesn't say, but one of these was supposed to be on copper.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep. He thinks we're going to bring copper mining back.
like fucking where?
I know. We kind of need that, and it's kind of specialized, but all right. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
In other fucking global news, uh, apparently there were a bunch of riots in Mexico over like tourism this
Oh
past fucking week,
yeah.
Hmm.
which
Gentrification.
I think that I'm fine with it. Fuck it.
I like
I am
that.
too.
Like
Colonialism.
Yep.
if they can't come here, why the fuck should we be able to come there and fuck up their shit?
Right. And it wasn't just tourism, it was also the expats who go and live there and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
living. That's who they were pissed at because then they raise the everything and then they don't give anything back to the community. They're always going back to America to buy shit. And
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. So and then I had heard I can't I don't know the where I don't remember where I heard it, but I had heard that Trump is planning on defacing the thing with the all the Rushmore, Mount
oh
Rushmore
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
with his
I
face again.
predicted that. That was on my bingo card.
Hmm.
I made a bingo card.
I remember that from the last time,
Yeah, yeah.
and I just recently saw that that was being brought back up again
Yeah, there's
at a
no there
couple places.
unfortunately there's no room, they say, for real. Like it's not
No, we have to
the
replace one.
yeah, they could do that. They could do that. But also the artist there's two reasons that were really strong. The first one is just there literally isn't. The guy had a bigger one in mind, but he had to make it smaller because it's
Yeah.
too soft. It the
The
it's
stuff.
not the only hard part is what's carved already. The rest of it's too limestoney, so it won't
Mm.
take. And then the other thing is that his envision, apparently there's the four are chosen to each represent a different decade. So like that was the idea, was those were the so it'd be really hard to just jam another decade in there. So a lot
Yeah.
of people even that supported Trump were like, well, you can't really fuck with an artistic vision. You're not supposed to do that. So I think he would.
Oh, he totally would.
I think the only thing stopping him is, and they're gonna do something. They're gonna put like paper mache up if they have to. They can carve his face and make it like a resin face or something, right? They'll figure it out. They'll
That'll
hack him.
be as like, last as long as like
Yeah.
anything he does,
Yes,
that's
exactly.
good.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what they'll do. They'll just put the time and effort into making it look like it for him, like a Hollywood production, and it'll just fall off. And it'll melt off. It'll be really cool too. But
That,
it's
that's
a
actually
metaphor.
really like di- when me and Danny first got together, she worked for we both ended up working there. Um I was doing like carpentry and stuff. Um but she worked for this company that like made like Hollywood sets.
Oh, cool.
Hmm.
And like they did like the sets, how they have the sets at like the garden, the flower show in the
Mhm.
garden, all that shit. She made those.
Cool.
And it's actually not that hard.
Hmm. It's
So,
fun though. Yeah,
oh
it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
meant to stay.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah,
meant
yeah,
to be. It's like set making.
yeah.
Trading Spaces used to do that to people, which is unfortunate because they were supposed to live in it and they were just doing Hollywood shit. But yeah, I was in community theater for many years, so I'm a big fan of all that shit. How much you can do with cheap plywood and
Mhm.
little
Illusion.
ingenuity,
Illusion.
little ingenuity.
Yeah.
Apparently, a Trump judge ruled on back on the 11th, 10th or 11th, that the like chucking this Biden era uh medical debt rule,
Oh,
where
good.
they couldn't use that on your credit. A judge just chucked that.
Oh,
So
good. So they can now.
There's
again,
a good call
yes.
for your health
Yeah,
going
cheer.
through.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
That diabetes, that's on you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, on the tariff front, I just heard this before I came in, so I thought it was kind of funny. The guy's like, well, yeah, we're slapping a tariff on South Korea, but what are they supposed to do? We have a trade deal. Like, there is no tariffs in goods coming from their country to the US. So how can you say to South Korea, lower your tariffs? We're at zero, you fucks. Like, what
Yeah,
the
Give
right.
hell?
us stuff for free.
Right? Yeah, you got to pay us to import our goods. What? What? So incredible, really incredible.
The whole fucking, you know, it's so stupid.
So it's just
Like it on like every fucking level. Like this is the shit that like people talk about like when they say there's no fucking common sense anymore.
yeah,
Like this is it right here.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then he hits fucking Brazil because of the Bolsonaro thing. And it's like
Mm,
they have a trade surplus with us, you fucking idiot. Like we have a trade surplus with them, you fucking idiots. Just because this guy's gets pissy about his fascist buddy.
yeah.
Jeez.
That's always what it comes down. It's about his ego. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, it's all about his ego.
Yep. Yep. And that's interesting because this guy thought postulated, this guy I was listening to about that. He was thinking that, well, the Supreme Court, of course, is dragging their feet on having this come before them, but his ability to declare emergency powers and therefore have the ability to set tariffs willy nilly, Brazil might be your test case to be like, hey, there is no emergency. We're not at war with these people. Unless there's gangs. Is MS-13 come from Brazil too? I guess maybe we'll try to.
No, no, no. Unfortunately, they don't. Or
Whenever the
fortunately, Oh
Yeah,
no.
right, right. So
Unfortunately.
yeah, so basically, again, these guys can move lickety split when they want to knock something progressive out of the box, but when it's this asshole running roughshod over tariffing, they're like, oh well, once it works up through the court
I'm
system
so
to
sick
us, it'll
of
be
it.
fine. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so
So
sick of
anyway,
this.
that I thought was interesting. Could be a test case to restrain his ability to use that. But then again, restraint with this guy, I haven't seen anyone step up yet, really.
You know the funny thing about this is none of the actual tariffs are actually ever going to be really implemented because every time it comes time to actually do
Right?
it, he
Taco,
like balks. He
taco,
like folds like a fucking
Mhm.
lawn chair,
origami like crane or something.
origami.
Fucking- It's ridiculous. Like, if you're gonna do it, like, don't be a bitch about it.
I know, right? Like
Like you claim to be tough, man the fuck up and do it so that we could all fucking call you on your stupidity and like let's move on here. Don't be
well,
a bitch.
yeah, right. Well, like
Yeah.
Bitcoin and all that shit, that depends on the dollar being low. So he's doing his best to crash the dollar so he makes money on all his fake money.
Is that what if is that what you think that's about?
They say that's what that you will make that it gets then the dollar's low, it's strong. So why else do you think he'd be trying to fuck this up, right? And they had that whole thing where
That's
right
interesting.
before he taxed announced the tariff to the copper mines, somebody, a friend of his, bought a whole bunch of copper mines or something weird like that happened
Hmm.
Oh,
too.
of course that happened.
Yeah, but yes, look into that. I forget what's it. It's not called Bitcoin anymore. What's it called?
Yeah, whatever that is. There's so many.
Stablecoin.
Yeah.
I learned that word like last week. So
What is it?
stablecoin.
Oh yeah, whatever it is now. Like yeah, the coin shit. Yeah. So yeah, that's what Heather Cox Richardson says, that the dollar goes low and that is how you make out on that shit. So it leads me to think that's what's going on there. So he's just enjoying fucking with our. He's just having a ball fucking with our economy because again, he just makes out either one.
That's the thing about rich people is like at the end of the day, no matter what they do, no
Yeah,
matter how bad they fuck everything up,
they
they
eliminate.
always have a golden
Of
parachute.
course they do. Of course they do. Well, they don't always, because fortunately, because sometimes there's like things called revolutions and stuff that
Oh
happen.
well, yeah. Well,
It's still just dollars.
even then, many of them like
Oh
made
yeah,
out pretty okay.
you're right. You're right. And most of the people killed in the French Revolution, we all remember the thousands on the guillotines, but there were hundreds of thousands that were
Hmm.
killed in the countryside. So it's not even close. You're absolutely right. We remember them because they're rich. Because we all
Because
remember,
they're rich.
oh yeah, but we are the ones that suffer. Absolutely, absolutely. Important to keep in mind too, right? When all of us are like, yeah, bring it down. Be like, hold on a minute. Historically, this does not work out for us either.
Oh,
So yeah.
all right. So how are we doing? We're what?
We're
Yeah.
like
We're-
yeah. If anybody has any good rants, I think I ranted as best as I could.
Yeah, I warmed up to the Sherelle Parker thing, so thanks for the help on that. That was good. Yeah, yeah.
and I will give you some of those links if you're interested, because it's kind of fun.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
And send a photo of the temple.
I will. I'll give you
That's
that.
so
I'll give you that.
weird.
It's so weird. It's so,
That's
the
There's
so
some kind of a
weird.
bird on top, but I couldn't
sundial,
make out what it was. There was some kind of weird bird on top, on the side
like
of
a
it.
phoenix
I
or
couldn't
something. It
tell.
looked like some Egyptian shit. It was weird. It's
It
fucking
looked
weird.
like a mosque, actually, a little bit, didn't it? It was really weird. Yeah, you gotta look it up, dude.
And a giant
Yeah, I'm
sundial.
going to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's blue and white. Yeah, it's very strange.
very
Yeah,
strange.
yeah.
That is pretty strange.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, if
It's
there's if I hear temple, I'm thinking sacrifices. So maybe some people not only were trafficked but also murdered.
Maybe. I
Just
don't know. I
it
mean,
seems to go with temples. Like if it's you're talking sex trafficking.
I would be shocked if Trump hasn't just murdered someone just to see if he could do it.
Yeah.
I would be shocked. I'm not saying he has, but I would be shocked psychologically if that would not be where this took him at some point, his lack of feeling and empathy and his megalomania. I
That's
totally
what
think,
Cyril
It would
did.
not surprise me in the least.
right? I think that's what the pee tape really is. I do. I do.
That's it. I think there is a BB tape
Yeah, there's one too, but I think the one he's really worried about isn't pee.
Yeah, yeah.
because he's definitely the kind of
Oh
weirdo
God, yeah.
that fucking enjoys
Yes. Anyone is in
that.
power. Yeah. That's yeah. That's he's the basic the prototype of the guy that wants to be spanked. But here's the thing. He wants you creative and he wants you to work at it and he wants you to make something fancy and he like basically this master slave thing when it comes to dominating, it's like the submissive is the one that's telling the dominant what they have to do. Like the dominant is
Mhm.
literally serving. So that's why all the powerful guys want to be the submissive because they control really what's going on if you think about it.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't happen unless the submissive wants it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's dominance.
I'm pretty sure like if there's weird like cucky sort of shit that's going on, he's down with that.
Oh, all of it. All of it.
Mhm.
He's so creepy.
Definitely.
Whatever's creepy. He's just trying to feel something because he has nothing going on inside his heart.
This is the dude that wanted to fuck his own daughter, man. What the fuck?
I know.
Yeah, speaking about transgressing norms,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'm sure she has like a blackout period when she was 16. What happened that day? Yeah.
Would not surprise me none.
Not surprise me that it Cosby. Maybe that's the PB tape.
It would be very Republican.
Absolutely, right?
Yep.
So Republican. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. Not to insult some of my friends are Republicans. They're not all bad. But
No, 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 no,
MAGA,
no, yeah, don't. I'm just, I'm just saying trends. Like, Grok
yeah,
said.
inclination.
I'm just saying trends like Grok said. You know.
Uh,
Yeah, you're not fascist. You're just supporting a fascist.
always that joke there. It's gonna be putting Grok into all his Teslas now, and the GPS will be like, "You're gonna want to take the Third Reich."
That's
Oh my gosh. That was like so crazy. Like but
Oh
you know
my God.
what? At first I thought like maybe, it was a failure like of the trainers. And then I remembered where it was getting all of its like data from. And I'm like, well, fucking it is a Nazi cesspool on Twitter, so
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
It really is. It really is. But yeah.
like all of the internet is. All of the internet is. It is so fucking much of a cesspool, whether it's Instagram,
Yep.
fucking
Oh, have you seen the AI
Twitter.
videos that are like that look totally regular? Like you're
Yeah, the
AI announcement.
the
Mhm.
have you seen my favorite is always the Bigfoot
Oh yeah,
ones.
those are
Yeah,
good. Yeah, the interview one.
yeah.
I'll see like the mukbang ones where they look normal and I'm fascinated, like I'm trying to see what, and then you see them pick something up and it just goes like "Rah," all the way in their mouth. You're like, oh my God, turn off, turn off, turn off. So gross. But Bigfoot ones, those are good.
Yeah, those are great. The first one that I saw was Bigfoot's first day at a BJJ class. And that was that was so fucking me. They found a video of me to do that.
It's so funny. It's really, it's amazing. It's amazing. Can't wait till see where this goes.
Unfortunately, it's not going to be as fun as it is now.
I've learned.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll be good times. Good times.
Oh, you know what I saw the other day? Well, I've seen two really like human looking robots. The first one was still robot-y enough, you know. The second one that I saw had like this weird technology where they were using like human like musculature, like the the shape, the way human muscles work to
Anatomy.
make it work.
Mhm.
Like, and it was like almost perfectly, like moved perfectly like a human would.
Awesome. And you didn't see them in person, did you?
No, no, I wish.
Well, I
I
would rip
wish.
your head off. I just freak out. Like I don't know what to do.
Remember the the robot? I don't remember where it was, but there was a robot that like tripped fucking out and like beat
Yes.
up a couple of
Yes,
humans.
it was awesome. It
I
was
thought
awesome.
you were going to talk about the robot that came to Philly and met its end.
No, that was
Yes, that is my
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is why no robot should ever come to Philly.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm proud of
We
that.
will kill you
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
We'll get him.
All of
Get
you,
him. We'll get him.
robots.
They're all a threat. On that note, robots, don't even
Uh-oh,
think
I think you
about
guys
it.
froze.
What? Well, the
Oh,
robots are
there
fighting
he is.
back. So
Oh,
yeah,
you guys did
robots,
froze.
be careful. Right.
All right.
All right, this
All
is
right, guys.
let's see what we got until next week, and I'll give you those Russian people.
Yes.
Send me a message to remind me to write a rant.
All right, I'll try to remember.
I am so bad at like remembering things. Like I have Danny text me everything that I'm supposed to do like every day. Like just so that I remember and I still forget.
It's hard. Like adulting is hard.
It is. I don't like adulting.
Your brain's resisting. That's why we forget. Our brains are just like, really? I don't think so. It's all right.
All righty.
All
Have a
right,
good week,
goodbye.
guys.